Hey guys, we are finally back with another TEW 2020 Local to Global. It is, of course, the year 1992, and we are Classic Championship Wrestling. Now, it has been a while, sadly, so let's remind ourselves what happened in the last event. We had Kid Cash defeating Scorpio Jr., Scott Putski defeated Eddie Roche, Lisa Moretti defeated Misty Blue, we had Booker T defeat Tommy Seabolt, and then Booker T and his manager, Jeannie Clark, cut a killer promo. With the Patriot defeat Rick Savage, and then the debuting Jacques Rougeau attacked the Patriot. Now, we are in debt. Not ideal. We also were debating buying another company. Now, I don't know if I quite want to do this. I am kind of tempted to get the popularity, like 25 popularity in the Northwest would be quite nice. We're currently sitting on 18. So boosting up to 25 would be pretty good. Those ticket sales would be nice, etc. But I don't know if it's quite worth it. There was another few companies we were looking at. Who was it? I don't think it was these guys. They don't seem that popular. It seems like a bit of a waste of money. Maybe it was the Canadian company. I think it was. I think I was debating picking these guys up. But I just don't see the point of running events in Canada. I don't think that's quite going to be helpful for us. The same with Mexico. Again, the popularity would be good, but it's not like we can run events in Mexico and still get popularity in the States, in our area, because we're in the Northwest and the Midwest. We're not really down south. So, the debate is, do we pick up this company for 65 grand? And I just don't know. If we go to our finances, we're only supposed to get £7,000 in revenue from sponsorships, which isn't too much. And it'll put us over 100 grand in debt, which again isn't very good. We're losing about 3 grand a month. I don't think it's quite worth it. If there was a Midwest one, I'd probably pick them up. But there isn't. These guys aren't very popular in the Midwest, I don't think. Midwest 5, yeah. Not popular at all. Whereas we are currently sitting on a 7. So it's not great, but... And they seem to be the only ones that are struggling financially. Apart from these guys. But there's no point picking these guys up at all. No point at all. What I'm hoping is our TV revenue will come in handy. Or not our TV revenue, sorry, our TV exposure will come in handy. Because we are currently airing our events on syndication. Now, I believe we don't get paid for this, right? Oh, that's right, they won't negotiate with me because of that. Have I got a show on air? I can't remember. Let me find out. Coverage. No, it's broadcasting, right? Yes, I've got these guys for 3 months, which isn't great. And they won't negotiate with me. Now, they would extend my deal here. So do I get any revenue from this? 10% of this deal goes to CCW. So it's not bad, but could I up it? Oh, sorry, no, it's this one, isn't it? So 100% of the revenue generated from this deal goes to CCW. Interesting. Problem is it's free to air, but do I get ad revenue from it? I don't know. But we do get coverage everywhere, which would be nice. So I guess what we do is we'll run a month and see how we do. Well, not run a month, we can run one event actually. See how we do money-wise. See if we get anything come in. So we're currently sitting at almost 4 grand in debt. So we'll skip ahead to the show, see what our total is, book our show, see how we do ticket-wise, and then check out our TV. So I think we'll also do, I think it's time for us to start bumping our ticket prices up to cheap. I know we'll get less fans, but I think we need the revenue. So let's do that, and we'll skip ahead. Okay, so in the WWE, Shawn Michaels has won the Intercontinental title. So it seems his trajectory is actually pretty on point with how it happened in real life. The Legion of Doom won the tag team titles. And Jerry Lynn won the light heavyweight title from Chaz Taylor in the GWF. And the Young Pistols have won the United States Tag Team titles. So there you go. We also have Cutie Suzuki as a rising star who can't wrestle in America. Well, okay then. So what I'm thinking is, who is my next big things? Chris Candido and Steve Deeps. That's right. Because we have a few titles, and we're going a little like Japanish with the titles in terms of we have a junior heavyweight title and a heavyweight title. And for the junior one, I think I want to have a tournament of just junior heavyweights. So let's set that storyline up. We'll go add storyline. We're going to have the junior heavyweight title tournament. Ace Steel can be in it. We'll have Jerry Lynn in it. Who else could we have in it? Chris Candido. Chris Jericho. Excellent. So let's get that started. Now we have... how do I check what they are? I'm pretty sure these two are heels. Jericho might be a face. Maybe? We're going to have to check. Ace Steel is a heel. Cool. Jericho is a face. Excellent. Jerry Lynn, definitely face. Kid Cash is a face. Okay. So yeah, let's set this up. So we'll add in Kid Cash. That's not even the right button. Here we go. So add in Kid Cash. We'll add in Adam Fleisch. So we need one more heel and one more face, I think. You know, we'll add in Sean Morley. I need one more heel, I believe. Who do I want to use? Simon Diamond, Scott Taylor, Scott Pudsky, Scorpio Jr. Let's do Scorpio Jr. Why not? Okay, yeah, so that's our storyline setup. So now we just need to do the tournament. So, tournaments. We're going to do new elimination. Right, Ace Steel can be in number 1. We'll have Adam Fleisch be number 2. We'll have Jericho. Oh, sorry, Candido should be section 2, side A. Chris Jericho can be section 3, side B. Scorpio Jr. can join against Jericho. Who else did we put in this? Sean Morley can go side A on section 4. Now, who else did we have? Ace Steel, Adam Fleisch. I can't remember who we put in the tournament now. Who was it? Jerry Lynn is not in the tournament. Kid Cash, that's right. Kid Cash can go on there. Now, I already know who I want to win the title, but I'm not going to say it just yet. So I want it to be a nice little surprise. Now, who was the last man in this tournament? I don't think it was Jerry Lynn. Who the hell was it? We'll put Jerry Lynn in just while I check, because I now can't remember. Go here, storylines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sean Morley, Scorpio Jr., Kid Cash, it was Jerry Lynn. Okay, never mind. Never mind. So Jerry Lynn is in the tournament. And I guess we just go to tonight's show and we get this thing booked. Alright, when it comes to broadcasters, we're going to do Tiny Syndication, I guess, because they only have a very small and they have Tiny. So let's, if I do automatic selection, it only lets me pick one. So I want these guys. Alright, so deselect. And we want to select this one, use broadcaster, save selection. Excellent. Locker room controls. Now, we have a few unhappy people and people that don't like each other, which I really want to start dealing with. So can we get the Patriot and Jeannie Basson? No, can't. She's obviously away. Can we get Chris Candido and Chris Jericho to start liking each other? No, of course not. And let's run the Midwest like always. Last in September. So here we go, South Dakota. And let's get booking. So we're going to start with our junior heavyweight tournament. And we'll start with Jericho versus Scorpio Jr. in the opening round. So Jericho, Scorpio, these guys are going to open the show, because this will be a barn burner of a match. They can work the crowd a little bit. I'm happy with that. In fact, actually, no, we'll have Ole Anderson introduced the junior weight tournament, which means Jericho and Scorpio don't need to do this. We can actually have them higher up the card and we'll have them steal the show, because I think that's perfect. We're then going to have Jacques Rougeau cut a killer promo on the Patriot, who's going to be off screen, so I don't really want us seeing him yet. And they can bump up there. And then because of that, we need to have Jacques wrestling, obviously. Otherwise, it's a huge waste of money because the guy's on an absurd amount of money for us. But he's the perfect person to have. We'll have him go up against... Who do we want? Let's do Dale Vesci. They can go 12 minutes in the main event. Jacques obviously getting the win. And it's going to be a bit of a storytelling match. Just like that. And then they can go to the top of the card, obviously. Now, what I'm thinking is, we want the promo just before the Jericho match. Now, we want the Eliminators as well. And it's time to put belts on the Eliminators. So we're going to have John Cronus and Perry Saturn. And they are going to go up against, I'm thinking, Ricky Rice and Scott Taylor. Because why not? We'll have the Eliminators just dominate as always because they're the best. And eventually I'm sure they're going to get stolen from me, but that's okay. They can both dominate after the Oli one. And I'm happy with that. And that will lead to a segment where Woman is going to declare that the Patriots, or not the Patriots, sorry, that the Eliminators deserve to just be given World Tag Team titles. And we're going to follow this storyline through over the coming weeks. Now, we need to get the ladies wrestling because they deserve a spot. So, Lisa Moretti and Fantasia, because Lisa Moretti is just killing it. She's absolutely killing it. I think actually we'll have these guys steal the show because I trust them to put on a great match just in between this promo. Which means Jericho and Scorpio, we can actually have a high spots match like this. And I think coming after the Rougeau promo is probably a good bet. And you know, actually, we'll save some money. We'll dump everyone up by an extra minute. We'll give these guys 12 minutes too. Why not? If we go to our booking, it's just Lisa Moretti is injured. We've got announcers, everything. So let's get this show going. Okay, Oli with the 65. Obviously, he opens the show amazingly. He is our general manager, or our booker, whatever you want to call him. He's the on-screen authority. The Eliminators do what they do. They got that specialist for the tag team. 55 for John Cronus and a 48 for Saturn. Not bad at all. 42 rating overall. Ricky Rice and Scott Taylor both actually did really well at just taking a beating. Woman did a great job. An absolutely great job for once. Rating of 34. That might be our highest promo these two have done together, which is great. I'm sure the commentary really helped, which is fine. But having these guys on national TV with the dominations should start boosting their popularity like crazy. Lisa Moretti put on a 26. The injury took a big toll, and that's to be expected. Unfortunately, she's the only face we have at the moment. So maybe I need to give her some time off and we'll bring in another lady to get beaten up by the Hills to boost them. Jacques Rougeau with the 35. I was expecting a bit more, to be honest. I'm assuming the Patriots' overness didn't really help, but still, I expected more there. Okay, Jericho with the 53. Getting a 43 rating overall. Scorpio Jr. with a 16. Not amazing, but Jericho advances in the junior heavyweight title. And then Jacques Rougeau and Del Vesci did a killer match. 50 overall. 56 rating by Jacques Rougeau. And our commentary team of Harvey Martin and Blackjack Mulligan have pretty good chemistry calling matches together. You love to see it. Alright, so we can talk to our people. So we'll compliment Jacques. We will give Lisa Moretti her props because she did great. And who else have we been doing recently? Scott the Patriot, Booker T. Well, none of those guys are booked. So let's give it to Jericho. Seemed pleased, seemed pleased, seemed pleased. Okay, we just finished our show. Now, I'm really intrigued by how we did. We were minus 4 grand. We're now minus 11 grand. That is awful. That's not good. Okay. That's really bad. Ideally, we'll start getting sponsorship money coming in from the other places as well. But damn, that isn't good. I mean, the good news is we should be building up this soon. We're doing a conservative approach, which only gives us 35. I reckon we just start the upgrade, do it rapidly, just get it done. And get that popularity. And hopefully we'll recoup the costs ASAP. Because, yeah, that's bad. Alright, well, we're skimming through the news. Johnny Ace has become the ICWA heavyweight title. I hate that. I hate Johnny Ace. And then Gabby Laley is getting a big push. Good for her. Junkyard Dog. I would love to bring the Junkyard Dog in. He'd be so good to bring in, but he's so expensive. I can't afford that. He's one to watch that I would love to bring the Junkyard Dog in, even for just like 6 months or so. The Dynamite Kid is taking a hiatus from wrestling. Interesting. Well, we're going to shortlist him. Because I wouldn't mind bringing the Dynamite Kid in at some point. Even if it's just for like 2 or 3 months, just put on some burners, like some barn burner matches, that'd be sick. So, I guess we'll wait until his hiatus finishes. Oh, Sabu and Big Titan have become a heated rivalry. Sabu's another person I'd love to bring in. 130, so he's cheap. The problem is he's based in Japan, I think. Which means those flights are going to be so expensive. Otherwise, I'd love to bring Sabu in. I love him to pieces. The American Kickboxer is now available to work in new areas, which is going to be internationally. But I kind of want to bring him in. I know I've been putting it off because he's in the Great Lakes. But he's 20 years old, nice and young. He's 20 years old, which means he has a lot of potential. Let's rephrase that. And I would love him to be a next big thing. We can get him in this list. That'd be amazing. Because eventually, our big stars are going to end up leaving. I would have thought, like, people like Booker T is probably going to get snapped up by someone else, I would imagine. We'll probably lose Jericho at some point. We'll probably end up losing Jerry Lynn. Maybe the Eliminators, because of how hard we're pushing them. Maybe Ole Anderson will leave us. Like, yeah, there's a few things. The Patriot could end up leaving us as well. Todd Olson and Tommy Cairo, kind of oldish. So, yeah, there's a lot of things that might happen that could throw some spanners in the work. So if I can have a young group of, like, up-and-comers ready to take over, that'd be amazing. Okay, so I'm going through the news, and there's actually quite a lot of decent stuff. Out of the limelight, the American Kickboxer. Well, we're bringing him in, hopefully. The Mongolian Stomper. Very old, so we're not going to worry about bringing him in. Crush, I would love to bring Crush in. Redo Chronic, do them justice, because I think Chronic could have been great, to be honest. We have loads of news as well. Justice is re-signing, so no Sid Vicious in WCW at the moment. Brutus the Beefcake, going to re-sign. We have Reverend Slick out of the WWF. I'm going to shortlist him because his charisma, microphone, and acting is so good. And he could be one to help really build up someone like a Chris Candido or something. Really just bump him to the next level when needed and learn from him. What else was there? There was more that I saw. Skinner's going to stay with WWF. Animal staying with the WWF. Jushin Liger going to stay with WCW. I would love to bring in Mr. Perfect. He would be awesome to bring in. Definitely cannot afford to. Nor could I compete with the WWF, but I would love to. But that is going to wrap this episode up. So if you've enjoyed, please drop the episode a like. It helps me amazingly. If you're new and not subscribed, if you'd like to, that would also be amazing. Hopefully, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.